You guys are like behind the scenes right now. It's like, unfortunately, I can't like show me and you on this.
That's fun.
There we go. All right, guys. Welcome to the Readiness Report. Big announcement.
A Monday readiness report.
A Monday. It's really not a readiness report. A readiness trials report, right?
Well, it's a unique one-off.
Yeah, this is a one-off. And by the way, if you're new to the platform and you're for the very first time seeing Eric and I here on the new system we're using for Facebook Live and YouTube Live, I know you guys on the actual Instagram Live, we're gonna have to do something where I show you guys what's going on the screen periodically, because I want you guys to see the transformations too. So that's cool. Look, you got a little thing up there and everything. So,
yeah, no,
that's the Mission 2020. I like it. So Ryan,
shameless product plug.
Yes. Oh yeah, that's right, Ration. You got the good stuff down there. So anyway, guys, what we're doing today is we're going to be going over the readiness trials, talking about the transformations that were made, the very tough job it was for our team to decide out of the hundreds of people that actually completed the readiness trials.
It was a lot. This is the first time we've had this many people complete it.
Yeah,
and amazing transformations.
Yeah, we had a lot of really good ones. We had a lot of ones in this one that would have probably won other ones that aren't even going to be in our top 6 today.
100%. I know there's the ones that would have won prior ones.
And so the big thing is, and when we do the next readiness trials, the big thing to understand is that very few people, percentage-wise, even complete the readiness trials.
Yeah, because did we even have 20% this time completed?
No, not even close. I don't think even close. I think like it was about 12% or so, 13% complete, because we had several thousand people enter. So we only had, I think, 350 complete the readiness trials, or at least turn in their pictures. And I always, the reason I bring it up is because people say at the beginning of a lot of these like trials and stuff that we do, the challenges, they go, well, what shot do I really have? And I always like to point out that, so we had about 350 people that finished. Out of the 350 people that finished, probably half of them didn't try very hard, right? And then of those half that tried hard, how many of those half of that 175 people, how many of them gave it 100%? Probably, what do you think, 25% of that?
Probably, because you got people, like you said, before it even starts, they kind of qualify in their head, like, well, I'm not going to win. Right. So it's like they do it, but they don't do it all the way. So like out of thousands of people, out of several thousand people, you probably really only had about 75 people that gave it 100%. So when you're talking about $50,000 for a grand prize, giving over $75,000 total, but giving $50,000 grand prize, a 1 out of 75 shot is pretty damn good. Yeah,
pretty damn good. So that's the real thing to always consider, is that everybody has a chance. We'll be doing more of these in the future, and today we're going to be announcing who those top 6 people are, but there's actually a wrinkle in this. There's not top 6.
A little bit of a wrinkle because, well, out of those 75 people, you had that many that took it seriously. And the thing is, it's like gambling, right? Like, but this is where you can control the odds. You're actually kind of controlling the table with this by how hard you want to work. And we went through the pictures again. We toiled over this. I mean, it was supposed to happen at noon, and we had to sit and really reevaluate everything because there were just so many good transformations. Not just good. There's some people that great transformations.
They were great.
Did amazing. So,
and that's coming from you, somebody who lost 50 plus pounds doing your own transformation.
I'm still not happy with it. So, but I'm saying is that's the thing is like if I were in with everyone else, I feel good about it. But after seeing the pictures, like I'd be like, damn, I got smoked. So so with that, do you want to tell the wrinkle?
Yeah, the wrinkle is that we couldn't pick 6. We could not pick 6. Now, how it goes is the first place is winning the $50,000 cash, and the prizes get smaller from there on out. But everybody in the top 6 is making $1,000 or more, the minimum prize. But because we couldn't put it down to 6, we just couldn't. We went over it. We decided to add an additional 7th place for $500 cash, just because we wanted to include. We had to let it be let our judges have a chance to come in and judge this. And when we're talking about judges, we have 2 that have committed. We have 1 more on the way for this. This new thing. Friday is the time. It's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to do the actual announcement. We're going to do a whole live broadcast. And one of the people that will be on the show judging is none other than 4-time Mr. Olympia, Jay Cutler, who has graciously decided to be part of our challenge. He owns his own supplement company, the Cutler Nutrition. Yeah, Cutler. He's calling it Cutler Nutrition now. Say signature series, Cutler Nutrition, which is a great line in and of itself. And he's a good friend of mine. And we've been friends for many years. So I reached out to him and said, hey, we're judging this thing. It has nothing to do with supplements. I'll be happy to pump up your supplements, but I'd love to have you come and be part of it and be one of the judges. So 4-time Olympia, Jay Cutler.
Yeah, and the thing is Jay, you got to talk about a guy who'll give you honesty because he had for years to be honest about his physique, chasing Ronnie. And he's got a really good, nobody's ever met him. Like, I think his approach to bodybuilding is one of the most smart, pragmatic, what a great guy to judge you and get feedback from. So anybody who, of these 7 people we announced, make sure you use that time and ask him questions too, because that is a good once in a lifetime to like get to talk to him.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you're judging me. Yeah, critique me. What do I do?
Yeah. So he's going to be judging our accountant, the most muscular accountant in the world, Ron Norman, who is a diet expert in his own right, who competed how many shows? 75 shows or something?
Yeah, it's some ungodly amount of shows in a lifetime. Yeah,
and he's known for being in condition. So that is literally what he's known for. He was a big guy too. He was a super heavyweight, but he was always in peeled condition, and still to this day helps people. And actually did some work with you initially on your diet.
Yeah, he just helped me kind of like restructure things where I've been doing the wrong stuff forever, and I knew what to do, but yeah, just kind of helped me pull everything together, be a voice of reason, accountability. You tell me, you watch me like a hawk, but him, having to be accountable to him because if I lied, you know it because it's showing the physique. So, But one thing about Ron is he took second to Tony Freeman in the States?
Yeah.
So
he would have been a pro if it was any other area.
Yeah, he looks like a guy who's 5'7", 5'8", yeah, and super heavies.
Yeah.
Ron was a freak. So.
Yes. He really was. So those are 2. We have working on our 3rd judge, but the show will be Friday night coming up this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll have the 3 judges on, and this is where it gets interesting. So our top 6 or top 7 now was going to be here in Boca for a live judging. Now, obviously, because of the coronavirus, we are not able to. Somebody's jumping the gun over here. So because of the we need Johnny in the studio. We got Ryan hitting the keys. What's going on? Excited. So these guys, right? They were going to all guys and girls. We're going to be here in Boca for a live judging. No, we can't do that because of the coronavirus and everything going on in the world, all this craziness. So instead, we still can do a live judging via Skype or whatever system Brian and these guys end up using to actually get everybody here on the screen. So that is one of the big news is if I call your name, if me and Eric announce you to be in the top 7, you better get back on your diet if you're not already on it, because in the next 5 days from right now, we're going to have you appear live on the screen and do quarter turns for Jay Cutler, Ron, and everybody else. So So that way we're going to be judged live. Last year, last contest, one of the things that we heard that I hated was people were saying this person or that person changed or doctored their photos. But you can't doctor live video, that's for sure.
And we took extra other measures too, like this year with looking at metadata on photos, making sure that the picture was taken when it said it was taken. Our guys are experts in Photoshop, so they can put the pictures through and see if they've been touched or not.
Yes.
We've taken a lot of measures in this. Again, we heard everybody's feedback, and I don't want to say complaints, but feedbacks on the winners. And so that's why we're not judging the final winners. We're letting judges actually judge. So it takes us out of the equation. And then also too, just doing our diligence on making sure that, hey, like you said, you can't cheat live.
Right.
So
no, I agree with that. And the good thing is, if you haven't done the contest, we're going to make this a show. It's going to be interesting because let's be honest, nobody has anything to do. Friday,
no shows going on right
at
now.
8 p.m. What are you going to do anyway, right? You're in your house by yourself. Figure why not watch the end of the readiness trials and see who wins the $50,000. You're going to hear a little bit of each person's life story. You're going to hear about their journey and the reason why they decided to do this in the first place. And you're going to see somebody be very, very, very excited when they win $50,000.
Payable in third-party out-of-state checks.
Yes, of course, and non-sequential singles, or protein bars if they'd rather. So there's a lot of options. But anyway, let's get on with the show. The very first contestant, I think Ryan's going to pull him up right now. This is one of 7 people, and there he is, Mark Brandt. Mark, if you can see here, Mark was pretty doughy initially, like a regular dude, just hanging out, not training, doesn't care what he eats, and then check out Mark after.
That's a true transformation. I mean, he really looks like someone who just never worked out.
Is this the right picture after? Go back, Ryan. I don't think I think you guys mixed them up. That is not Mark's back. Good job, guys. That's not Mark.
It's the same.
That's Mark?
Same bathroom.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. My bad. All my fault. I'm wrong. That is Mark Brandt.
Better record that one.
Yeah. No. Delete that part, Ryan. No, so I mean, look, he literally went from somebody who obviously is not training, right?
Yeah.
To somebody who's in great shape, somebody with a very big waist midsection to no midsection, with a back so unrecognizable, I didn't even think it was his back. So,
well, that's the thing. If you go back to the previous picture, like any of these, that's a lot of visceral fat.
A lot of visceral fat.
So that's like a lot of organ fat and unhealthy fat to where, I mean, he's pulling a pseudo vacuum.
Show these guys. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Should be showing you this.
Yeah, I mean, tons of visceral fat. I mean, this is probably, if you look at his blood chemistry, it's probably really bad. And again, it's not like someone who would work out and just blowing their stomach out. He just doesn't really have much muscle. And then here, I mean, the guy goes, I mean, that is a complete transformation.
Yes, that's pretty crazy. One more time, guys, go through it so that we can see, go like scroll through them so we can see yeah, there you go. Showing people on, there you go. Very cool. Awesome. Excellent. All right. So who's next? Let's see who's next, guys. Our next big winner. Unbelievable. This is crazy. How would you pronounce that name? Raul Berschmeyer, right? Yeah, Berschmeyer.
We didn't murder it.
I do my best. That's unbelievable.
I mean, from love handles, like dimply love handles, to I'll use the word dick skin on his lower back. I mean, like it's unreal. I mean, that is a huge transformation.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, look at this, guys. This is unbelievable. Literally no body fat. The guy is totally peeled. Unbelievable that he did this. Good job, Raul. That's unbelievable. So he definitely earned. These two guys have earned the top spot. And to be honest, either one of these guys could have won past years.
Oh, would have taken, I think, any of them.
He is absolutely peeled. So you'll notice this year we have some serious competitors. These guys and girls are no joke. All right, what's the next one? Next competitor is Austin Peters. Take a look at Austin. It's almost like a different person.
Well, yeah, we had that conversation.
Yeah. He's unbelievable. The back on Austin before and after. Jeez. Midsection, no midsection. Incredible. So Austin obviously worked his ass off to get in shape like this in such a short period of time. You have to remember, this is 12 weeks. Yeah. It's like he basically went from untrained to a bodybuilder in 12 weeks. It's incredible what these guys have done. And Eric can tell you firsthand the amount of dedication that it takes to transform. It's it's pretty unbelievable.
Yeah, because there's no off days. There's no half day pregnant.
No,
you're in.
These guys suffered. They suffered to get in this kind of shape.
I think that's the big thing too, right? Is like you have to find that point of suffering. And keep going through it. But I think that's where a lot of people fail with it, is not getting to that point of suffering.
Yeah, because it's got to hurt. I know when Ryan was dieting and I was helping him with his diet, he was like, it's fine. It's easy. It's easy. I'm not even hungry. And all of a sudden he hit that bump in the road and he's like, oh, I can't even think anymore. I'm so hungry.
Yeah.
And it's got to be like that. You can't have results like this without some serious suffering.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do the next competitor. So we're 3 deep right now. Next on our list, Michael Marsha. Michael Marsha, check this out.
He's got
great abs.
Yeah, good conditioning. That's
good conditioning.
Again, he probably worked out before, but obviously was not in shape anymore.
He has some good muscle under there, and obviously, somebody who did work out, maybe stopped, had that muscle memory, because he looks like practically like a model now.
Yeah, but let's say for 12 weeks and to be that condition where, everything from his obliques, raised intercostal, it's all showing. He's pretty shrink wrapped looking there.
He really is. And he obviously went all the way.
Like a little Christian Boving.
Yeah, he did. He went all the way in, and so look at the back. Pretty unbelievable. Good job, Michael. Michael, you definitely earned it, man. All right, let's go on to the next one. Number 5 in our list of 7. We're saving the girls for last. Huh?
Yeah, I guess Michael Sparks.
Michael Sparks. Look at this.
This is one of my favorite ones. Because honestly, like, not to use the term, but it's like typical dad bod, like just, out of shape, nothing disrespectful to him, but maybe have some muscle there, but not in shape to guy can step on stage.
Yeah, he definitely could. Unbelievable.
You see it in his face. Look at it, it's like a whole different face. He lost some head fat too.
He lost some head girth for sure. Put this on here so I don't have to hold this up. Try to put this back. You guys can see. All right. Unbelievable. Yeah, he did one hell of a good job. And for anybody out there asking themselves about these pictures, everything is checked fully by our own Photoshop experts. We went and checked all the metadata on the picture, made sure it was taken the correct times, places, etc. Michael did an unbelievable job and obviously sacrificed a lot to get in this kind of shape. This is not this kind of shape we're looking at here. You can't get into this shape without suffering. He has no body fat left, veins everywhere, and to be honest with you, looking at the before picture, I would believe that he maybe did arms and shoulders every once in a while, knocked out a few push-ups and pull-ups, but that's about it.
Yeah.
In the last decade or so. So the fact that he got in this kind of shape is pretty wild.
Yeah, and he didn't do it by just doing the same stuff. No. He had to go all with it.
Yeah, and every one of these guys so far is incredible. Now let's see the chicks. I thought we were going to intersperse them. All right, Aubrey Kelly. Aubrey Kelly is in the running. Now, Aubrey wasn't in terrible shape or anything before, but you could see if you look at her legs and the difference in her legs, the thighs, we're missing some of the picture, but her lower legs and calves, they're totally different. She went from having very little muscle to having abs and serious delts.
In her back too.
Her shoulders, traps, her legs, dramatically different. Obviously, she's in way better condition. Let's see her back, Ryan. So from the back, you can see she has lats now. She's doing a kind of a relaxed front, a re-relaxed pose. The picture is a little far away, but if you get a little closer, you can see you got some Christmas tree action going, a lot of separation in the. There you go. Look at Ryan zooming in. You can see.
He's got experience doing this with pictures.
Yeah, I believe that. So you can see her traps popping out. Ryan, let's see their back before. She looks like somebody who has exercised before, that has some athletic ability, but not somebody that I would think in 12 weeks could possibly look like, as she said in her goal, the best shape of her life. She's impressive there.
Yeah, that's the thing is if you look at how much muscle she put on her delt, it's a good amount. Like you say before, how much the shape she got to her thighs. So she had to put on muscle, lose fat. So it's a true transformation. This is one of the ones where, we wish she would have done it on a similar background.
Yes,
because that's where it made it harder to like judge a little bit.
Yeah, I think the lighting is, people would say outdoor lighting is always better, but that's not always the case. Depending how the light is hitting you and the shadows and everything, I think that if she were inside with that lighting, I think she would have probably showed some more details.
Yeah, stuff that we were like, okay, wow, you had to zoom in like Ryan did and look, where if it was just there, it would have hit home quicker. So.
Yeah. So that is our first.
Saved in his desktop now.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next picture and the final, number 7. These are not in any order. This is Sarah Hoffman. Sarah Hoffman. So Sarah before obviously worked out, had some tone and muscle underneath there, but she really got in crazy shape. Once again, Eric, she put on muscle and lost fat. So she is got bigger, more muscular. Look at the arms and shoulders, and got leaner at the same time. I mean, you could look at her legs and see the hamstrings popping out and everything.
Yeah, and I'm sure some people say, "Oh, this isn't a bodybuilding contest." No, it's a transformation challenge. So, there are people that lost a lot of weight. Yes. But then what we're looking at too is like from a true transformation of losing body fat, adding muscle, what you would do in an actual transformation. So, yeah, this is where again. Another one where we toiled over of just like, okay, let's really look at it as judging it for what it is. So
yeah, she in terms of a recomposition, as we call it, being recomposition would be when you lose lose fat and gain muscle. So we did have some people in here, and we have some other awards that we're going to be giving away on Friday night. That's attached to money, 10 different actual awards. We had people that lost a lot of weight that went from 370 pounds, 80 pounds to 280 pounds.
Yeah, so it's a huge change.
Huge loss of weight. But the transformation, unfortunately, when you are really heavy, losing 80 pounds, they suffered probably just as much. The difference is they look like a smaller version of themselves. So Sarah here may be the same weight, believe it or not. She may not weigh any less. She may be exactly the same weight, but she made an incredible cosmetic transformation where you look from the outside, she looks like a different person. Like
Rico.
Who was the gentleman, the bald guy we just showed? Show me 3 guys ago and pull me back. Yeah, not Austin, not Michael.
Sparks.
I think Michael Sparks is the one from the. Yeah, his face is totally different. It's like he is a different person. I mean, he's literally transformed completely. That's extremely transformative, right? And that's really what we're looking for in the Readiness trials. You don't have to get way leaner. We had people in the past that went from normal to way bigger.
Austin Miles, the first winner.
Austin Miles probably gained some weight, but I was thinking of who was the one that won from Destin, Florida? Frankie Pollock. He went from literally like a normal guy to a bodybuilder. So he gained 25 pounds.
Yeah, so he just focused on muscle. Yeah.
So there's no rule in the Readiness trials who you have to be, what you need to do, as long as it's the most dramatic physical change. And so when we actually judge come 8 o'clock on Friday night to give away the $50,000 and all the other prizes, we're going to be judging on all of those things. And not me, but Jay Cutler, Ron Norman, and one other, plus one, are going to be judging on the most dramatic change. And it should be very exciting. And hopefully everybody that took part in the Readiness trials knows that, switches back to us.
We have zero influence.
Yeah, we have zero influence on the judging. Hopefully everybody knows that we have been rooted for you, have enjoyed having this happen. We went through the pictures today, and I was very proud of everybody who did this.
And we finished, I'm proud of, because it's a huge commitment. I mean,
it's a huge commitment.
Because you got work, you got life, you got kids.
You got the coronavirus now. I mean, you got all this.
I mean, you could have every excuse to like, okay, I'm not going to do this.
Yeah. I mean, look, even in good times, it's tough to do this. But if you're dealing with losing jobs, spouses losing jobs, being concerned about money, not having a gym open for you, the fact that you were able to keep going, finish, and prioritize your health in a contest, that's a lot you got dealing with at one time. So
kids might be home and normally they're in school.
Yeah, exactly. The amount of stress, not even having a gym to go to. Yeah, can't get your groceries. I mean, there's a lot of obstacles in the way for these people. And they didn't just finish, they excelled big time, big time. So we just want to say thank you. And we hope that even if you didn't win, that you feel like you did win. Because for me, the Readiness trials, when I think about the Readiness trials, period, what makes me excited about it isn't somebody winning the money or the content that goes along with it or the sales that we make along the way. It's the fact that we helped change literally hundreds of people's lives. Because you know firsthand, how do you feel?
I feel like a whole different person because I feel like myself. I feel like, how I always used to feel. So it's, for me, it's one of those things where I used to feel a certain way every day, and then I just got out of habit and just became a fat slob. So it was funny. Like I saw that video from Halloween with us in Dallas.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy shit, that was 3 years ago, and like how much weight I put on in that time. And then we did the corporate video where eyes were all baggy, my face was red, and I was like, what the hell happened to me? And it was just enough motivation to be like, all right, I have to do this for me. I have to change my life to feel myself again. So anybody who did this at Finish, where you feel a change in yourself, and again, maybe this is just the next point. This is the next jump point for you.
Yeah.
Because hey, I can do this.
Right.
I can just go a little farther. That's why I'm doing another 6 weeks of like, I know I can push this farther.
Yes.
And then I'll reevaluate from there and go, what's next? So yeah, I think that's the thing that these contests are great for. Yeah, money's great. Money can change people's lives, but you changing your own life, that's invaluable. Because now you have knowledge that you can use to keep doing it over and over.
Yeah, I would completely agree with that. And so that's my hope, is that when you guys, whether you win or lose, you look back on this and say, oh, there's you. There you.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Look at those underwear. They were loose.
Yeah, so to think of,
look how fat I was. Holy shit. Like, show Instagram that fatness.
Sorry.
So go back to the gut picture. I feel sorry for my wife having to sleep with me. Good Lord, look at that. So again, I woke up every day and looked in the mirror and like kept lying to myself. Where finally I had to be like, okay, this is a joke. Like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
Like putting on pants was like uncomfortable, and so that was just one of those things where now, for me, it's the motivation is, just
look at those lats. Like,
look how big my love handles were before. I never drowned. I just keep floating.
You lost like 5-6 inches. I mean, you probably lost more than that on your waist.
Oh, dude, my underwear are literally loose. Like I had to keep pulling them up.
They're falling off.
Yeah, and it's the same underwear I was probably wearing in this picture. But yeah, I mean, I can easily fit into a 34 waist now. Where before I was wearing 40s.
Yeah.
So
that's incredible. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for doing this with us, and make sure to tune in Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we would love it if you would not go on IG and instead go through either YouTube Live or Facebook Live. We'll be putting out quite a bit of that messaging so that you can enjoy the show 100%, because we won't be able to through this thing. It isn't going to work. We won't be able to see Jay Cutler and the rest of anybody else. It'll just be me, and so I will make sure to direct everybody to watch.
You gotta do it from the office.
Yeah, from office. We're gonna do like we're gonna attempt to make it really more professional. Right?
I'll be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do it here. Yeah, move it away from here so that we can back it up and see everybody. And obviously, me and you can be back as long as you can make it on Friday. What else you got to do? All right, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in, and congratulations one more time. Let's flip through the names one more time just in case people missed it. Ryan, Mark Brandt, Raul Birchmeyer, Austin Peters, Michael Marshaw, Michael Sparks, Aubrey Keller, and finally, Sarah Hoffman. Congratulations, you guys. You made it to the top 7. Worst case scenario, you're walking away with a transformed physique and $500. Best case, $50,000 richer. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Bye, guys.
Thank you.